So let me ask you something, because I think this is a feeling that almost every learner we talk to shares.
Okay.
You understand the words, you get the grammar, your test scores might even be great, but there's still that little hesitation when you speak.
Right.
And when you listen to native English speakers, they just sound different.
Smoother, yeah. Like they're using a code you weren't taught.
Exactly. It's the biggest hurdle, I think, for advanced students. You've mastered the complex stuff, but maybe not the simple daily stuff.
It's that feeling of speaking textbook English. It's perfect, it's correct, but it doesn't feel natural. That fluency is just, it feels out of reach.
Yes, and this is a big secret we're pulling out of our sources today. Native speakers don't actually speak difficult English.
No, not at all. They speak daily, smart, natural English. They're just using a very specific set of tiny tools to make conversation flow.
And that's our mission for this deep dive.
Yeah.
We've gone through the material to pull out the most common, the most fluid expressions they use every single day.
This is your shortcut. It's how you jump from the classroom to, a real-world conversation that feels comfortable.
We're not just going to talk about what words mean, but what they do, how using them makes you sound. So let's get into it, starting with some simple words that are used in really powerful, casual ways.
Yeah, this first group is so important because the definition you learn is probably not how you'll hear them used most of the time.
Okay, word number one, actually.
Right. So most learners think actually is for like a huge formal contradiction.
Like you're dropping some major truth bomb.
Yeah, exactly. But day-to-day speech, it's way more subtle. Its main job is to correct politely
Yeah.
or to soften a refusal.
So it's not a weapon, it's more of a social cushion. What does that sound like in practice? What's the real difference between just saying no and using actually?
Well, a plain no can be pretty blunt, right?
Sure.
If someone asks, "Are you coming to dinner?" and you just say, "No, I'm not free," it feels like a door
A
shutting.
little harsh, yeah.
But if you start with, "Actually, I'm not free today," that little word does so much work. It acknowledges their assumption was reasonable, but that the reality is just a little different.
It softens the whole rejection. You're correcting the fact, not them.
You got it. It keeps the interaction smooth. It's a courtesy signal.
Okay, I like that. So if actually is for politeness, let's talk about our next word, which the sources call a huge native favorite, pretty.
Oh, this one causes so much confusion. You learn it means beautiful.
Right, and then you hear a native speaker say, I'm pretty tired, and you think, what?
He's beautifully tired. No, it's not that at all.
So what is it doing there?
In daily use, it's an intensive. It just means quite or very. But, and this is the key, has a different feel than very.
How so?
Very can sound a little formal, maybe even a bit dramatic. I'm very tired is. It's a strong statement,
Okay.
but pretty is more casual. It's for understatement.
Yeah.
It boosts the adjective, but in a relaxed way, saying, this is pretty difficult sounds way less stressed than this is very difficult.
Ah, so it's a confident, kind of understated way to intensify something. Like, the answer is pretty easy. It's effortless.
And it's so common. It's one of those little words that once you start using it, immediately helps you find that native rhythm.
All right, let's move on to a word that is all about efficiency. Stuff.
Yes. Our sources pointed out that natives, well, they sometimes hate being too specific.
Right. Maybe they don't want to bore you with a long list, or they just want to be quick.
And stuff is the perfect solution. It's a catch-all word. It can mean things, work, tasks, errands, basically anything.
An ultimate vague term.
Totally. Think about it. If I ask what you're doing this weekend, you don't have to say, well, I'm going to the grocery store, then I have to do laundry, then call my mom.
You just say, I've got some stuff to do.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I immediately understand your time is occupied without needing the details. It's incredibly efficient.
So mastering those three, actually pretty and stuff, that's already a huge step towards sounding less like a textbook and more like a real person.
A huge step. Now, if those words add tone, let's look at the short phrases that kind of glue the conversation together.
Yeah, the verbal lubricants.
These phrases are almost all about social function, not grammar. This is where you really start to sound native.
Okay, the first two are almost a pair. Kind of and sort of.
Right, and their main job, almost always, is to soften what you're saying. They make you sound a little less certain.
And that uncertainty, that's a good thing here.
It is, because it comes across as polite. Instead of a really firm statement like, I am tired.
You say, I'm kind of tired.
And it just sounds gentler. It suggests you're tired, but maybe it's not the end of the world. It leaves room in the conversation.
I see. Same with it's sort of confusing. You're not making a final judgment. You're just gently pointing out a difficulty.
Exactly. You sound less assertive, which helps build rapport.
Okay, now for a phrase that is absolutely everywhere in native speech, I mean, you hear this constantly.
All the time. And it's not just filler. It has a really specific job. It's used to clarify or correct what you just said.
So you're adjusting your thought process out loud.
You are. Let's say you're talking about a restaurant. You might say, the food was expensive. And then you realize that sounds too negative.
So you immediately add, I mean, not cheap, but it was worth it.
Yes. You use I mean to recalibrate your own statement on the fly. It shows you're being precise.
Okay, and our third phrase here is, you know. And we have to say this up front. It is not a real question.
No, absolutely not. You're not actually asking, do you know this information?
So what are you doing?
You're connecting. You're looking for validation, for a shared feeling. It's like a little tag you add to a sentence to pull the listener in.
Like the meeting was so awkward, you know.
Exactly. You're not asking for information. You're asking, you felt this kind of awkwardness too, right? It creates a bond.
It makes the listener a partner in what you're saying. That's a great way to put it. Okay, so we've smoothed out our sentences. Now let's talk about making them shorter with phrasal verbs.
Ah, yes, the ultimate native shortcut. Using a phrasal verb instead of its more formal, single-word version is a key signal of fluency.
Right, saying put off instead of postpone just sounds more natural in a casual chat.
Yeah.
Let's run through 4 essentials. First up, figure out.
A classic. It just means to find a solution or to understand something. When you have a problem, you don't say, I will determine the resolution.
No, you say, I'll figure it out. It's fast, it's direct.
Exactly. Next, a great one for unexpected moments. Run into.
This means to meet someone by chance, right?
Yes,
Okay.
specifically a person. Like, I ran into my old friend at the market. The image is quick, accidental.
Got it. And one we probably all do too much. Put off.
To delay or procrastinate. The classic advice is don't put it off. It's so much more common than saying don't postpone it.
And it has more of an emotional weight to it, I think, like you're reluctantly delaying it.
It does. It really captures that feeling. And last, one for relationships. Get along.
This just means to have a good relationship with someone.
Yep. So a super common question is, do you get along with your boss? It sums up the whole dynamic in one short phrase.
And you can use it for things too, right? Like, I don't really get along with this new software.
Absolutely. It's very versatile.
Okay, so from shortcuts, let's move to the color of the language. Idioms.
These are the fun ones. They signal real comfort with the culture of the language because you're not speaking literally anymore.
Which can be scary for learners.
It can be, but they are just shared cultural shorthand. Let's start with the classic, break the ice.
This is for starting a conversation in a new group, right? To get past that initial awkwardness.
Exactly. Like in a new meeting, someone might tell a quick joke to break the ice. It just gets things moving.
Okay, what about one for work? I feel like I hear this one all the time, on the same page.
Oh, constantly. It just means to have the same understanding or agreement about something.
It's the manager's favorite phrase.
It really is. Instead of a long question, you just say, let's make sure we're on the same page. It confirms everyone is aligned. Super efficient.
Right. Then there's the polite way to say you're not feeling great. Under the weather.
Yeah, this just means you're slightly sick or have low energy. It's much softer than giving a whole list of your symptoms.
So you can just say, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, and people know you need to take it easy.
Exactly. It communicates what's necessary without oversharing.
And our last idiom for today, the one that signals the end, call it a day.
This just means to stop working on something.
For now, at least. At 5 o'clock, you can pack up your stuff and say, let's call it a day.
Right. But you can use it for anything, not just work. After a long hike, you can decide to call it a day. It means the effort is done for that period.
Okay, this has been so useful. We've covered words, phrases, phrasal verbs, idioms. Let's finish with a few full responses. These are advanced but totally daily expressions you can just plug into a conversation.
Yeah, these are about having the right reaction ready to go. They help you handle tricky moments with grace.
Let's start with expression number 1. It depends. Why is this one so loved by native speakers?
Because life is complicated. Answers aren't always yes or no. It depends is the perfect, honest answer when you need more information before you can commit.
So if someone asks, are you coming tonight? You can say, it depends.
Right. And that signals it depends on what time, or it depends on if I finish my work. It invites them to give you more details. It's honest ambiguity.
I like that. Next up, a really great one for accepting something quickly. Fair enough.
This is so useful.
Yeah.
It's a quick, polite way to say, okay, I accept your point, or I understand your reason.
Even if you don't totally agree with it.
Exactly. If someone says, sorry, I can't make it, I'm feeling under the weather, you just reply, fair enough. It closes the conversation respectfully.
It shows you honor their decision. Okay, number 3 is so simple but so powerful. That makes sense.
We say this all the time. It's just a simple, effective way to show you understand what someone just explained.
It's way more natural than saying, I comprehend your logic.
Oh, much more. And you often say it right at the moment something clicks. Oh, okay, that makes sense now.
And finally, a really energetic way to show you're willing to do something. I'm up for it.
Yeah, this is so much better than just saying yes. It means I'm interested or I'm ready, and it shows enthusiasm. Someone suggests getting coffee, and you say, I'm up for it.
It shows active, willing participation. A great phrase.
So if we look back at everything we've covered, there's one really critical thing to notice.
What's that?
None of these words or phrases are difficult. They're not advanced vocabulary. You probably know them all already.
That's so true. It's not about learning new words. It's about learning how to use these simple words. It's the combination.
It's the combination. That's the whole secret. Fluency isn't about having a huge academic vocabulary.
No.
It's about using these small, smart, native tools every day to manage the flow and feeling of a conversation.
So the advice is simple, really. Don't just study more words. Practice using these specific phrases. Speak a little, repeat them a lot.
And slowly, they'll become natural. English stops being a subject you're studying and becomes a skill you're using to connect with people.
Okay, so here's your final thought to take away. We want you to just listen this week with a new focus. Pay attention to just one word. Pretty. Not when it means beautiful, but when it's used as an intensifier, meaning quite. Just count how many times you hear it.
You'd be surprised. And once you start hearing it, you'll realize just how much of this natural, smart language is all around you and how easy it is to start using it yourself.
Go practice. Until next time.